Irish football has been struggling for essentially 2 decades. They haven't made a World Cup since 2002. Their last major tournament was in 2016. And as reported by RTE last year, the FAI are in debt of €63.5 million. Consequences of this have been seen in the national team, where we've seen a lack of quality, but also in the League of Ireland. But over the last 2 or 3 years, we are seeing a steady growth in the league, and interest in Irish football is growing. And in this video, that's what I'm going to be talking about. If you do enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments what you think of the League of Ireland. The League of Ireland was founded in 1921. It was just a singular division with the very creative name of the A Division. There were 8 teams, all from Dublin. The only teams currently still alive today are Bohemians and Shelbourne. Included in those 8 was the YMCA, that's not a joke. St James's Gate Football Club were the first winners of the League of Ireland in 1922. They were initially the football team of the St James's Gate Brewery, the home of Guinness. The club is still alive today, just not in the League of Ireland, as in 1996 they were unable to meet the financial responsibilities. The following year, the league expanded to 12 teams, including the addition of Shamrock Rovers and Athlone Town. Athlone Town being the first team outside of Dublin. Shamrock Rovers would win the league on their first attempt, and no, I'm not going to be going through every single league winner ever. The 1920s and 1930s will be dominated between 3 teams: Shelbourne, Shamrock Rovers and Bohemians. Between 1941 and 1946, Cork United went and won 5 league titles, and then they resigned from the league in 1948. Over the previous few decades, the likes of Sligo Rovers and Dundalk had won league titles, but it was mostly dominated by teams from Dublin. As decades went by, teams came and went. A lot of Cork teams came and a lot of Cork teams left, but 2 remain as things currently stand: Cove Ramblers and Cork City. There are currently 20 teams across the 2 divisions in the League of Ireland, including the Premier Division and First Division, and I'm going to name them all out: Bohemians, Cork City, Derry City, Drogheda United, Dundalk, St Pat's, Shamrock Rovers, Shelbourne, Sligo Rovers, UCD, Athlone Town, Bray Wanderers, Cove Ramblers, Finn Harps, Galway United, Kerry FC, Longford Town, Treaty United, Waterford and Wexford. In the Premier Division, Shelbourne sit in 3rd with 13 league titles, while Dundalk just about above them with 14 league titles. Shamrock Rovers above the lot by far and away with 20. They've won the last 3 Premier Division titles. 19 of the 20 teams belong to the Republic of Ireland, while one of the teams belong to the supposed state of Northern Ireland, that is Derry City, who joined the league in 1985, right in the middle of the Troubles. Which is a very interesting story, how they did join the League of Ireland and everything surrounding that. So if you want me to go into that in further detail, I will do a video on it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. The FAI and League of Ireland had always worked together, however they were never actually apart, but in 2006 they did finally merge. In the 2000s, TV money has become a lot more important in football. A lot of people are watching a lot more football. You have a lot more of access to it, and you would think the League of Ireland would potentially capitalise on that, whilst only 23 games across the 2023 season will be shown on television between RTE and Virgin Media. Virgin Media are new to broadcasting the League of Ireland, and I respect what they're doing. They have less games than RTE, but they do promote it a lot on their Twitter. They do tend to bring it up a lot that they are broadcasting the games, giving the league attention, whilst RTE don't really do that, and if they were to pick it up, maybe there would be a rise in TV figures. Now, the majority of League of Ireland games are broadcasted on LOI TV, but it is behind a paywall. You have to pay €120 for the entirety of the season, and if you want to just watch one game, you have to pay €5. Kerry FC would be my local, and I go to the majority of their matches. I know they're only a new club, but last year and previous years I would have gone to the occasional Cork City match. I would have never bought the season pass for €120. I might have occasionally bought the €5 for just one match. I understand Friday night's League of Ireland, it is iconic, but are you really going to consider paying €120 when all the matches are on at the same time? At least if some of the fixtures were separated to maybe a Saturday or a Sunday, then you might have a more chance of me looking to pay for that. And I still think Friday should remain the main day for League of Ireland. It's iconic at this stage, but maybe have one game on the Saturday, one game on the Sunday from both divisions. And there's probably going to be people that just won't be able to access LOI TV. I know it's a stereotype, but all people that won't be able to travel to games anymore, they won't know how to work it. They won't know how to get onto the website, pay for the season pass, and so then you're losing out on a big demographic of your potential audience. In theory, LOI TV is smart, and we've seen it with GA Go. In theory, it could potentially be a real success, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think you're better off showing them on public television, where it's going to be more accessible, it's going to be easier to watch, and you're probably going to make more money off advertisement, and you're probably going to get more people watching. But moving away from TV, and let's talk about match-going fans, because that is something that's really increased in just this year alone. According to a report by the Irish Examiner from last month, League of Ireland Premier Division attendance is up by 23% compared to this time last year. The only team that have actually decreased in average attendance is Dundalk, and that's only by 4%. 20%, while the likes of Sligo Rovers have gone up by 22%, Bohemians has gone up by 30%. If you compare the figures from 2019 and now, the first division attendance has gone up 135%. That is an incredible increase. Athlone Town, for example, who are in the first division, are one of the oldest Irish clubs. Last season they were averaging an attendance of 357. This season 838, a 135% increase. This is Kerry FC's first year in the League of Ireland, and they're averaging an attendance of 933, and they've only won a singular game, none of which have been at home. The only teams that have seen decrease in attendance is Treaty United and Finn Harps, so the likes of Cove Ramblers, Galway United, Waterford, Bray Wanderers, they've all seen massive increases. There's an increase of match-going fans, there is limited but still TV money coming in. There is going to be a benefit financially for a lot of League of Ireland clubs, and of course some clubs will be competing in European qualifiers. Shamrock Rovers, Derry City, Dundalk and St. Pat's will all compete to qualify for European competitions over the next couple of weeks, with Shamrock Rovers playing in the Champions League qualifier tonight. Champions League qualification is unlikely, the Europa League is a possibility, but I think every year there should be at least one Irish team in the Conference League, because that is a competition that was added for countries like Ireland with slightly less quality in football. Playing European football, even if it is the Conference League, is obviously going to bring in more money, which will help to improve the league furthermore, and we will only see the benefits. And with the promise of European football, I think there is a potential chance we see a lot of young Irish players stay in Ireland instead of moving abroad to somewhere like England, or we've seen in recent years Italy. Sam Curtis, for example, he's 17, he has the potential chance of playing European football with St. Pat's this season. He's probably going to want to stay at home, develop more. He's already in Ireland under 21 international. If you give him 2 more years of development, I see him being the first player that is sold for over €1 million coming out of the League of Ireland. Liam Scales is currently the record departure for €600,000, leaving Shamrock Rovers for Celtic back in 2021. So who knows, with the way the market's going, I think Sam Curtis could definitely go for more than that, and there are a few other gems across the League of Ireland that could potentially reach that level as well. Bringing big names to leagues to bring more eyes onto the league is a strategy we've seen in Turkey for years, Saudi Arabia recently, and I think it is a strategy Ireland could use, not in the sense to bring Ronaldo, but bring Ireland internationals over to the League of Ireland. Someone like Seamus Coleman coming to the end of the years, bring him back to Sligo, bring James McLean back to Derry. Those are big name players in Ireland that are going to make Irish people focus on their league. It's going to bring more attention to the League of Ireland, and it's going to grow it further more than it already is. Another one of my ideas, which I think is decent, is for the League of Ireland to make an agreement with the FAI. For every single national team selection, there has to be a minimum of 1 player currently playing in the League of Ireland. Not only does this potential idea make 18-year-olds that are very talented want to stay for a chance to get into the national team, but this also makes someone like Ryan Manning, for example, struggling to get into the Ireland team. He could move back to Ireland and he'd essentially have a better chance of getting into the national team. Now, you could argue to me you want to pick your best 25-man squad, so why would you risk making it worse? 1 man really isn't going to affect it, and it's definitely a worthy sacrifice to potentially improve the league, to make Irish players want to stay in Ireland, to make Irish players want to come back. I honestly do believe a player would rather stay in the League of Ireland, be near their family, and potentially be in the national team, rather than play in League One, be a decent player, maybe get more money, but be away from their family and really have no chance of getting into the national team. More and more players will begin to do that, and eventually you'll have a strong Irish contingency in the League of Ireland, where more and more quality players will be staying and coming back, and over time the league will definitely improve thanks to this rule that I've made up. So, you know, FAI, if you are watching, hire me. Right, so the last minute of that video was really just me giving my own ideas, but anyway, for the most part it was explaining why the League of Ireland is growing, how successful I'm hoping it's going to be. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you see the League of Ireland growing? And let me know what you think of my genius ideas. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and if you want to support the channel that extra more, feel free to become a channel member. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.